I got doubts of what he didn't do. How's that? If I was going to thank somebody, I'd probably thank President Xi.
Somebody did something for you.
Say thank you. I would say thank you if he would have put him on his plane and took him home.
As you can imagine, those comments did not go over very well with President Trump. He was fired up this morning on Twitter, aiming his fire at LaVar Ball for dismissing his pivotal role in helping to bring his son and 2 others home from China. They were caught shoplifting. The president writes, quote, "It wasn't the White House, it wasn't the State Department, it wasn't Father LaVar's so-called people on the ground in China that got his son out of a long-term prison sentence. It was me." Too bad. LaVar is just a poor man's version of Don King, but without the hair.
Awesome.
Just think, LaVar, you could have spent the next 5 to 10 years during Thanksgiving with your son in China. Did I say that right? I'm going to do the Trump sounding. China. But no NBA contract to support you. But remember, LaVar, is this a book? What am I reading? Shoplifting is not a little. It's what?
280 characters.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dana's been complaining. It's a really big deal, especially in China. Ungrateful fool. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. That was a dramatic interpretation.
Yeah, a dramatic interpretation.
Well done.
So let me ask you something.
That's the best you've ever sounded.
Oh, thank you, sir. But, Dana.
And you had fun. Did you notice you're like in a
you
good
were
mood?
fun.
You're like happy.
It made you happy.
Yes,
You
because
enjoyed
you
it.
love being Trump.
Wow.
We all saw
It
it.
is fun
You are
to
Sarah
read his
Silverman.
tweets
We
out
all
loud.
saw
It is. I mean,
Right.
it just is.
But it's so ridiculous that this is the president.
Yeah, you can't use that
it's
argument
not.
anymore. The bar isn't lowered, the bar is gone. Even Shakespeare knew that not every play had to be a tragedy. And that's the way the White House is now.
Well, to
The White
Hamlet.
House can actually be fun. Politics can be fun, the president can be fun. By the way, the only thing, the big point here is when we look at historical artifacts of the past, like letters written by Washington or letters written by Lincoln or Martin Luther King, no more. We're not going to have that anymore. Everything's going to be up on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's going to be no parchment paper with stuff. Every thought and every feeling, every attack is going to be highly readable. It's going to be immortal and worthless.
Right. Excuse me. You mean like the Gettysburg Address and this stuff is
Yeah, Twitter replaces that. You don't need it anymore. It'll be the Twitter address.
You want me to weigh in?
By the way, Juan asked Dana to talk.
Yes, but his point was so mundane that I had to
Still
interrupt.
talking?
You're trying to take over.
No, let the lady have the floor.
Wait, that's sexist.
well,
Let the lady have the floor. This isn't a dance club.
All right, go ahead.
Let me have the
the chair.
Let this gender-neutral
He's still
individual.
going.
He can't stop.
Gender-neutral
I
individual.
think he's playing Trump.
Gosh,
He
and Jesse's not even here.
He loves talking about Trump. He just loves it. He loves when Trump does his thing.
Okay, I don't like the 280 characters. I thought he had a better rhythm at 140, and like a self-imposed discipline on that.
Yes.
Even if it's 3 tweets, I thought those were much more fun to read. I also feel like for as much as President Trump is entertaining his base, LaVar Ball is doing the same.
Exactly.
So everyone has an audience here, and so it is like the reality show, because I can't wait to tune in tomorrow to see what's going to happen. Like what would really get President Trump going might be if LaVar Ball thanked Hillary Clinton for some reason, and then we could keep this going.
Now
for a
you're
little
giving
bit longer.
ideas.
I have 2 thoughts on this. After watching the entire interview, I think he was putting Chris Cuomo on.
Definitely.
People say, "Wow, he's crazy. He's unhinged." He's not really. He went on there. He twisted the thing. He put it on its head. He was Donald Trump.
Yes.
And I got to give Mark Cuban
if you watched
credit.
our show, we said that yesterday.
Mark Cuban said that Donald Trump and LaVar Ball are really the same profile.
I said that on the 5 yesterday. Cuban took it from me.
Number 2, in reality, if the president no one was
Get in a
pressuring the
fight.
president to deal for these basketball players, but had he not, they might be in the same slot as that Ball State football player that's been in jail for 13 months for a bar fight in China.
Good
Who
point.
cannot get anyone's attention. His family.
What's his name?
Is pleading. His family. I have it right
Well,
here.
why didn't he get him out, too?
should've.
His name is Wendell
really?
Brown. And his family says, "Mr. President, we will thank you every day if you can get my son out."
Yes.
Well, that's real.
They got to get Wendell Brown
President
out.
Trump, get
Come on,
Wendell Brown
free
out.
Wendell Brown.
Please.
Free
Free
Wendell
Wendell
Brown.
Brown.
Absolutely.
Free Wendell Brown.
There we
might
go.
be
Free
watching.
Wendell Brown.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, he certainly watches
Because you're
Fox
here,
and
Fox
Friends.
and Friends.
Yeah. No,
So
I was
what-
thinking Wendell Brown.
Well, so what about this? What about LaVar as Don King?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Oh, you think it's funny? Okay.
I mean,
It's a compliment.
he said Don King.
I thought he
about
liked
the
Don King.
hair.
Yeah, Don King's a friend
He
of his.
does. That's
Don
why
King's a
Don King is
Republican.
his friend. Don King supported him and showed up at his rally. So he was trying to say, this guy thinks he's, funny.
So you think it's over?
Original.
Is this over?
No, this is too good.
Never
we just
over.
did
We've
a
done
whole
it 2
segment.
days in a row
Check
on
it
this
out.
show. It's not
never
over.
So
over.
it's up.
until
You're
POTUS
served,
says
Mr.
it's
Ball.
over.
Yes.
But that point, what Trump is saying, he recognizes that Ball is a showman in progress. When he said a poor man's Don King, he was basically saying, I know what you're doing. I can help you. I see where you're going. Because a lot of people call me a poor man's Lou Dobbs.
Right.
It's only a matter of time.
A lot of
before
people
I
just
take
call
him.
you a poor man.
Everybody says it. Everybody says it.
Well,
It was written in the bathroom.
Right. By the way, they didn't just take glasses. They took a lot of stuff, by the way. They could end up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
They took a lot of
No,
paraphernalia.
it's a serious thing, and he did do something wonderful. And LaVar Ball, blah blah blah. He
And
should
also
be
the
thankful
president
and
on the
grateful.
plane, when he gets asked about it on the flight home, he goes back to see the press, and there's a video. And the president's very restrained in talking about how bad the situation was. And I love, it was at one point where he said, wasn't good, okay? And he just leaves it at that. And everybody could have just left it at that. Instead, now we have to go over and over it again.
well, I think
But
he's,
I'm having a great time
But look at
talking
how
about
much
it.
fun
I'd rather talk
Ball
about this than lots
well,
of
I
other
had
things.
fun with that ridiculous tweet, but I must say, I think he saw a self-interest in making himself into the hero of getting the boys back. But now LaVar is trying to thwart that. That's why he's going after LaVar. I don't know. To me, it just looks like two hucksters having a party. Coming up, new greeting recommendations for children during this holiday season. Forget the hugging. How about the high five? We'll explain next.
Ooh.